look at these performance differences. Same boat, same engine, same brand, same model of propeller. We achieved an 18% increase in our most efficient cruising speed. We increased our miles per gallon, our fuel efficiency, by 13%. We increased our top speed by 4.5%. And our cruising range overall by 13%. Hello, everyone. It's Christopher, your South Florida yacht expert. And I'm a huge fan, as are my clients, of optimizing the performance, fuel efficiency, and handling of their boats and yachts. And I made an extensive video about how dramatically the propeller of your boat, or an upgraded propeller design, shape, pitch, or different characteristics, can dramatically improve the speed, performance, handling, and even sound of your boat or yacht while you're enjoying it on the water. It can really make a huge difference. However, optimizing a propeller, because every boat and engine combination is unique, optimizing a propeller takes some work. And companies that really market their products to improve performance, like Sharrow propellers, for example, they go to a lot of effort to do testing and create videos that show the performance improvements that their products provide. And Sharrow does provide great performance improvements. However, anytime you have a vested interest by Sharrow or anyone else who's trying to sell things, of course, they have an incentive to really make their product look as good as possible. That's why I'm so excited to show you this data today. We're going to dive into this and show you the kind of performance enhancements that optimizing your propeller can achieve. So, as you see here, this is the same boat, a CV 32 center console. This is the same engine, the new Honda V8 350 horsepower engine, and it's even the same brand and model of propeller. So in both cases, we're using a Lexor Plus 3-blade propeller. The only difference is the pitch of the propeller. So in this case, you'll see there's either a 19-inch pitch or a 23-inch pitch. Slight difference in diameter of a few eighths of an inch, but the difference is the pitch. And to remind everyone, the pitch of a propeller is, if a propeller was moving through a solid medium, like wood, for example, how far forward would it move for each single rotation? So in this case, this propeller in wood would move 19 inches forward for every time it rotates once. And of course, this propeller would move forward 23 inches for every rotation. And look at these performance differences. Just by changing the pitch, not the number of blades, not the model propeller, not the design, we achieved an 18% increase in our most efficient cruising speed at the best miles per gallon. We increased our miles per gallon, our fuel efficiency, by 13%. And an unusual benefit, we increased our top speed by 4.5% and our cruising range overall by 13%. So these are huge improvements. And most importantly, this testing was done with same boat, same engine, same brand, same model of propeller. So nobody has a dog in this fight. And look at what we're going to show you here. So let's jump over to the Honda official testing results. So here we are with our Solar Lexus Plus, same propeller in both situations, 16-inch diameter, 19 pitch. And we have a top fuel efficiency of 1.76 miles per gallon at 31.59 miles per hour. We have a top speed of just over 60 miles per hour. And we have our best fuel economy is 1.76 miles per gallon. Now, those are pretty good numbers, but same boat, same engine, same brand, model, and blade configuration of propeller. Only thing we do is we change the pitch to 23 inches. And our best cruising speed goes from 31.59 to 37.3 miles per hour. At our best cruising speed, not only are we going way faster, but we go from 1.76 miles per gallon to 1.99 miles per gallon. Our best range at cruising speed goes from 493 mile range to 558 mile range. And our top speed goes from 60 miles per hour to almost 63 miles per hour. And because this is, number one, a Honda Marine official performance report, Honda's not going to mess around. Even if Honda was a little biased, it doesn't matter. It's the same engine in both tests. It's the same brand of propeller in both tests, and it's the exact same boat in both tests. And the other interesting thing here is that this new Honda V8 350, which is a cool new engine from Honda, look at the operating speed range here. Full throttle RPM range is 5,000 to 6,000 RPM, and you're achieving your maximum horsepower at 5,500 RPM. Now, if we go back to our test results, you will see that at wide open throttle in the first case, they are over 6,100 RPMs. So we're exceeding the official red line of the engine. And here we're at 6,200 RPMs, again, exceeding the red line. So seeing as we are essentially bumping off the rev limiter of this engine, there's a lot more performance to be had. So my gut reaction would be to keep a similar size and pitch and go to a 4-blade propeller in this case. And I think you're going to go from 1.99 miles per gallon to 2.1, 2.2, maybe higher. Your cruise speed is going to be close to 40 miles per hour, and your top speed might increase as well. And we're going to make sure that our engine is in that peak operating range of 5,000 to 6,000 RPM and not bumping off the rev limiter at 6,200. Because when we're hitting the rev limiter, what that's telling us is the propeller is not enough grip for the amount of power and torque this engine's putting out. So when we increase to 4 blades or even 5 blades, for example, we have a lot more grip on the water. So at wide open throttle, in this case, hopefully we get under 6,000 RPM, because remember, our highest horsepower is 5,500 RPM on this engine. This is a unique comparison where nobody has a dog in the fight, and the performance improvement is absolutely dramatic. Our most efficient cruise speed has increased by 18%. So instead of 31, we're going 37. Our fuel economy at our best cruise speed, at 31, we're at 1.76 miles per gallon. Here we're on 37 miles per hour and getting 2 miles per gallon. We've increased our top speed, which is kind of a rare occurrence in improving propellers, but we've gone from 60 to 63. And our cruising range, which is a huge factor when boating, has gone up by 13%. And given the performance characteristics of this particular engine, because they're exceeding the 6,000 RPM red line in both tests, there's more on the table here. We can get even better fuel economy, better acceleration, better low speed handling, better efficiency, considerably more range, even above these dramatically improved numbers. So in both cases, we're using a Solas Lexor Plus 3-blade stainless propeller, exact same prop, exact same design, exact same everything, except the pitch. We went from a 19 pitch to a 23 pitch. So if we went to a 4 or even 5-blade propeller with a 23 pitch, you could see 25% increase in fuel economy over baseline. You could see dramatic improvements in your cruise speed, your efficiency, your top speed, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a 20% total increase in range over baseline. So I was excited to find this because testing propellers is cumbersome, difficult. You got to change propellers. You got to be really scientific, keep the load the same. One other note too that I found interesting is the better performing propeller had 130 gallons of fuel on board. The worst performing propeller, half that, less than half, at 60 gallons of fuel. And yet the 23-inch propeller had dramatic performance improvements in every single aspect. And because these RPMs are over the technical red line of this engine, there is more on the table. If you have a CV, you really need to be looking at this, but this applies across the board to every boat, every yacht, of every type of engine, whether you're running a Mercury 600 dual propeller, a tender, any boat or yacht can benefit dramatically from propeller optimization. And right here alone, because there's no bias, there's nobody has a dog in this fight, this is such a great data set to prove those facts. And if you have an interest in optimizing the performance, speed, low speed handling, fuel economy, range, all the fun stuff that we do on the water, give me a call. I'm Christopher, your South Florida yacht expert. We love to optimize the boating experience, and we love to work with our clients to do it as well. Thank you.